Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. There may be some people in, some people can't leave a post. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I had pinned this. This is our 4-patch. I had pinned it so that the seams match and nestle here. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch those. And see what happens when you just leave your fabric alone for a minute. Can you see how the blue has passed the white? So I'm just going to line everybody up. I'm going to pull that pin out, and I'm going to make sure those seams stay nestled together. I'm going to stop after I get past that seam, pull the pin out, and make sure these fellas are still nestled together. I swear it doesn't matter which side I put the camera on, my hands are in the way. And once I get past that, oh, I guess there was a seam in the center. And then these guys are nestled together. And I'm lining up the end here. The next, someone asked, Christine asked, when's the next class? I'm doing every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock on YouTube. I have the Zoom live class on Monday at 10. And you have to email me if you're interested, or message me. Those that were in last time will automatically get an invitation this time. We were working on the scan and cut last time, and so we will finish that up. So now I need to fold this top up. And again, I'm going to nestle my seams, put a pin in, and I'm going to look here this time because I've got 3 seams. I've got one at the end, one in the middle, and one at the other end. So I'm going to 3-pin this time. And some of my underneath seams are going to be going in that opposite direction towards the machine, so the machine may flip them. And if it does, hi Alice, if it does, I'll show you how to fix that after. So I'll go ahead and finish the block, and then we'll measure the size of it. And again, I apologize for my fingers. And I'm holding my finger where that next seam is. And once I'm past, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to line up my 2 fabrics again. Okay, so we're done. Look how nice those all matched up. Oh, wrong way. Your left is my right. Okay, now for pressing this, before I finish, this block is about an 8-inch block. And remember, whatever size you get, so in this case, about your 1/4 inch seam. If your 1/4 inch is a little different than my 1/4 inch, it doesn't matter because you're using the same seam allowance through the whole project. So you should be fine. And when you're done your blocks, you're going to wait until they're all done and then size them all to the smallest one. If the smallest one is just a tad off, then stretch the smallest one bigger. So I've got to press again. And again, I've got a lot going on in this middle, so I'm going to press these out. Okay? And then I'm going to look and see if I have any seams that got flipped. And this is when your big iron, a big puff of steam will come in really handy. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to give it a little good press here. And I'm going to show you where I'm not lined up, just so you know that, you know, we're not perfect. We're not meant to be perfect. And you know, I have two sayings. One is, this is not your prom dress. But the most important one is you can spend more time trying to be perfect and never get anything done. So at some point, you want to say, okay, do I want it done or do I want to be perfect? If I want to be perfect, I'm not going to get it done because it's just, we're humans and again, we're not supposed to be perfect. So if you look at mine, can you see right there? It probably looks smaller to you, but it's off quite a bit. But you know, once I start putting these blocks together, nobody's going to notice it at all. Okay, so I was looking to see if I had a seam flipped, and I don't. So I'm going to kind of pretend. So say this seam flipped, and it was partly this way, but it was caught in the seam over here the other way. I would just come in and just do a little clip with my scissors up to a little before the stitching and then flatten each side in the direction it needs to go, and it'll be just fine. So if you get a seam that's flipped, don't flip out about it. Okay, so there's our disappearing 4 patch. And I lost my disappearing 9 patch. Oh, here it is. And the disappearing 9 patch. So in the comments now, why don't you tell me which one do you like better? The disappearing 9 patch or the disappearing 4 patch? And then I'll tell you what my favorite is. So I'll give you a minute or so. Again, I will splice this video, hopefully, to the end of the other one. If not, I labeled it as part 2 so that you can finish it up. I will try to take out all the little in-between things. At the end of, if I can't separate them at the end of one, I'll put a link that goes to number 2. Number 2, that doesn't sound good, does it? So our next Saturday's class is going to be, I'm going to make the oven, what is it called? The oven mitt bowl, the oven bowl mitt. I like to put my bowl of whatever hot I might have or cold I might have into like, it's like a pot holder built for the bowl. Now, normally you would have to have, if you're going to put it in your microwave, you're going to have cotton fabric, special cotton batting, and they make it, you can't just get cotton batting. It's called Wrap and Zap, I think it is. It's meant to go in the microwave because a lot of cotton batting still has the glue and it has different products in it to hold it together. Cotton thread. but I don't put mine in the microwave. I just want mine after I'm out of the microwave, or if I'm going to have something cold or whatever. So it's going to take two 10-inch squares, two 10-inch pieces of batting, and some thread. So if you want to sew along next Saturday, you're welcome to. I'm also going to be working on, I think for the following Saturday, an apron, because I find when I'm sitting here or standing here, I could use some pockets. So I'm going to see if I can do up a pattern that you can just draw to your own measurements, because an apron's pretty simple. So your length, your width, that kind of thing. And I'll work on that and see what I can come up with. If you have any suggestions of what you'd like to see for a class, just put them in the comments, and I'll take them under advisement. Okay, so 4, 4, 4, 4. Everybody's on the 4, this one. Me too. I'm with you, girls. Now, I don't know if it's because I've seen this so many times or if I did a small one. So what I'd like you guys to do is take some 5-inch squares and make a disappearing 9 patch, and take some 5-inch squares and make a disappearing 4 patch. They aren't going to come out the same size to go together, I don't believe, because this one has more seams than the other. But do it with equal sizes of fabric and see which one you like. But I really like this one with the little 4 patch in the center. And you could do this with just 2 colors if you wanted a 2-color quilt. So if you wanted a red and white quilt, or you wanted a blue and white quilt, or whatever you wanted, you could do it with just 2 colors. Different shades in the 2 colors, but or you could do it scrappy, whatever makes you happy. I think in this case, I'm going to do some more, and I think I'm going to put some sashing around so that I'm not running one block into another. I think I'd like to have it so, let me see where my squares are. I can put something in between here. So maybe a cream color sashing. Let me get it over here. Hold on, you can see what it looks like. I may make this long enough that it can be its own video. So see how that would be in between each one? I think I might like that. So I'll probably put that up on my blog so you can see how it looks. I'm a little behind on the old blogging because I've been working so much on getting this video equipment going. So does anybody have any final questions? Christine, your local sewing and fabric store would probably have that. I don't know if Joann's carries it. It was called Wrap and Zap, but it'll tell you right on the package, and it comes in a package, that it's made it can be used in the microwave. Like I said, I tend to put whatever I'm putting in the microwave. I don't want my pad heated up. So I put my bowl in, I just take my bowl out and put it in my little mitt, my little bowl mitt. It also is nice, if you spill a little bit, it'll go into your little bowl mitt instead of, on your lap. But it's good for hot and cold. So if you're having some cold ice cream and you don't want to hold that cold bowl so that you can eat more, then you can use it for that as well. Yes, Alice, I believe they do. Okay, Alice was mentioning a local store that carries it. Just call your local store and ask them if it's either Wrap and Zap, or ask them if they have the batting that's specially made for the microwave. If they don't have it, I'm sure that they can get it for you. Okay, so do we have any questions? Okay, so someone asked me to repeat the name of the batting. So it's Wrap and Zap. I could be wrong. I just, for some reason in my mind, it's Wrap and Zap. It could, but it'll tell you on the package, safe for microwave use. But make sure you have 100% cotton fabric, 100% cotton thread. Because if you use, for example, if you use a Metler poly, it's poly. It's not going to work. Or you use something that's cotton, but it's coated with poly. You need 100% cotton thread. So you get your fabric, your thread, and your batting, and that's it. So that'll be next Saturday's class at 11. I will post a link on Facebook probably on Friday. So you can go from Facebook to YouTube. I'm going to try to do the YouTube announcement. I haven't tried that yet to see if I can do that through the software that I use. So again, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'm in New Hampshire, and it's, what is it, April 18th, 2020, and it was snowing all morning, but it's all gone already. So again, have a great day. Thanks for joining in, and I'll see you on Saturday.